Welcome to TVM News. I'm Terry Thompson.
And I'm McKensie Curnow. Coming up, will marijuana soon be legal in Pennsylvania?
And all about a mall Easter bunny that got a little carried away.
But first, more changes are being made to Marywood-University's faculty and staff this year. Vice President for Business Affairs and Treasurer of Marywood-University, Joseph X. Garvey, will retire on March 31st. According to the Woodward, the Board of Trustees has begun a search for an interim Vice President for Business Affairs. Garvey will continue to assist the university until the end of his contract on June 3, 2016. Last October, faculty took a vote of no confidence in both Garvey and Marywood's president, Sister Ann Munley. Out of the 135 faculty members who voted, 88% voted no confidence in Garvey.
The Marywood Psychological Services Center will be hosting an anxiety screening day April 7th from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. The event will be held on the first floor in the McGowan building and is open to the public. All ages are welcome, no appointment is necessary, and it is free of charge.
Even more changes are coming to the top level of Marywood's administration. Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dr. Alan Levine, will be returning to a faculty position effective July 1st. In the fall 2016 semester, Levine will return to the Nutrition and Dietetics Department. Levine will be teaching mostly graduate and doctoral level courses. Meanwhile, Marywood will begin searches for a replacement.
Marywood Student Nursing Association hosted an Easter egg hunt on campus. TVM's Clouse has the story.
Reporting here at the Nazareth Student Center, where the Easter Bunny visited a little early this year.
Marywood-University Student Nurses Association held an Easter egg hunt in the auditorium of the Nazareth Student Center, inviting families from the greater Scranton community to take part in a variety of Easter-themed activities, including games, face painting, and an Easter egg hunt. Assistant Chairman of the nursing program, Teresa Delaney, organized and helped sponsor the event.
Well, we have to do a community service every semester, and we just thought it would be something fun for the community to give back, first as nurses and also as Marywood, and we just thought it would be a fun thing for the spring.
The Easter Bunny himself also stopped by for pictures and to find out what boys and girls wanted for Easter.
Jelly beans, Twix, Snickers, that kind of stuff.
Graduate student Jackie Schaffmaster brought her son Colson to meet the Easter Bunny and partake in the egg hunt.
I think it's just great for people to come out and see what a great job that the students in universities do, like the nursing department putting this on. It shows the hard work that the students put into it.
I'm Kyle Clouse, reporting for TVM News.
Get your masters with the masters. Marywood-University is hosting its first MFA open house on April 6 from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. in the Learning Commons, room 206. The program is designed so students can keep their day jobs while pursuing a terminal degree. For more information, visit www.marywood.edu/MFA.
Those considering studying abroad for the fall 2016 semester should start submitting applications. The deadline is March 31st. If you have any questions or need assistance, visit the International Affairs Office, LAC 220, or send an email to international@marywood.edu. Now let's check in with Bethany for the Marywood Minute.
Thanks, Terry. Today kicks off Easter break on campus. Residents, make sure you pack all necessities and complete your checklist before departing safely for break. Residence halls will close at 10 a.m. tomorrow and reopen at 10 a.m. on Monday. From all of us here at TV Marywood, we hope that you have a safe and happy Easter break. That's it for the Marywood Minute. Back to you, Terry and McKenzie.
Thanks, Bethany. After the break, Obama's historic visit to Cuba.
And an armed robbery in Fulton County that resulted in multiple fatalities. Only at TVM News.
Calls me googly eyes.
You know you're beautiful, right? No.
Even you're beautiful. I got bullied for wearing glasses. Share if you're against bullying.
We put it out there, just took off. 3 million people have shared this post. Don't let bullies get you down. I stand with you. Oh, family's wearing glasses. I wear glasses and I'm proud.
I even have the army on my team.
All the kind comments brought my child joy. I don't feel thank you is enough.
Thanks.
So they say it's a man's world? Well, I don't see anybody's name on it. When they were out doing their thing, we slowly changed all that. We changed all that! Today, women can do anything men can do. And there's one thing we're even better at.
Welcome back to TVM News. The Pennsylvania House of Representatives moved the state one step closer to the legalization of medical marijuana. A majority of House members voted for Senate Bill 3, and Governor Wolf says he'll sign the bill when it gets to his desk. 24 states have already legalized medical marijuana, and State Representative Margot Davidson says liberals and conservatives alike voted for the measure.
3 people are dead after an armed robbery this past Sunday morning along the Pennsylvania Turnpike in Fulton County. The suspect has been identified by state police as a retired Pennsylvania state trooper. A turnpike employee and a contractor were shot and killed by Clarence D. Briggs at Fort Littleton Interchange, about 67 miles west of Harrisburg. Briggs was shot and killed by troopers. According to state police, the entire incident is still under investigation.
State police arrested a man Sunday on Interstate 65 in Barron County, who was wanted in connection with an attempted homicide in Pennsylvania. Kentucky State Police received a request from the Windber Borough Police Department in Pennsylvania. According to a news release from KSP Post 3 in Bowling Green, the man was wanted for an attempted homicide investigation in connection with the shooting of a woman. Cortland Michaelitz, 22 of Windber, PA, was arrested at 6:27 p.m. and was charged with being a fugitive from another state in reference to the original charge in Pennsylvania of criminal attempt to commit homicide involving a gun. He was booked into the Barron County Detention Center in Glasgow, according to the release.
President Barack Obama and the first family arrived in Havana, Cuba this past Sunday for a 3-day trip. Obama is the first U.S. president to visit Cuba since 1928. During his visit, he delivered an address and met with Cuban President Raul Castro. Speaking of politics, it is once again time for the Pennsylvania primaries. If you have not registered to vote by March 28th, you will not be able to vote in the Pennsylvania primary. Visit the PA Voter Services website for more information on how to register.
Pennsylvania's budget is now 265 days overdue. But even without a state budget in place, school districts are still required by law to have their budgets in place by June 30th. Pennsylvania School Boards Member Association Steve Robinson says some districts are looking at what they received for the 2014-2015 school year, then looking at the governor's and the legislature's proposals and trying to work down the middle.
A made-for-TV movie about Hazleton's police chief is in development. Sentinel Pictures has announced it is currently set to produce a 1-hour movie about Chief Jerry Spazile's work as an undercover federal narcotics officer in New York City in the 90s. During that time, Spazile worked for the DEA and infiltrated a drug cartel in Colombia. The movie is to be titled Without a Badge, the same name as the book co-authored by the chief. After the break, we'll check in with Nick for the latest in sports.
And all about Katy Perry's new romance.
So they say it's a man's world? Well, I don't see anybody's name on it. When they were out doing their thing, we slowly changed all that. We changed all that! women can do anything men can do. And there's one thing we're even better at.
I'm one unlucky guy. The chance of being involved in a robbery is 1/757. The chances of being struck by lightning 1/750,000.
Please fasten your seatbelts for unexpected turbulence.
The chances of being a victim in an airline crash 1 in 29 million. Hey, could I get some peanuts? The chances of being involved in a car crash are far greater than lightning strikes and plane crashes. And if you are texting while driving, your risk of crash increases 23 times. Now, I may be an unlucky guy, but I don't have to be part of that statistic, and neither do you. Drive responsibly.
Welcome back to TVM News. Now let's check in with Nick Marotta for the latest in the world of sports.
Thank you very much, Terry. The kickoff is the most dangerous play in football. The number of injuries during kickoffs rose this last football season, and concussions were a substantial portion of the injuries. And so, in the interest of its players, the league is considering moving the touchback to the 25-yard line. While the change would deter one of the most exciting plays from the game of football, team owners are adamant about keeping their players safe from harm. The president of the Atlanta Falcons, Rich McKay, said that although the kickoff is a historical part of the game that the owners are reluctant to change, safety of their players is something that they view as a concern. The change would bring the number of returns down by a substantial amount. The average kickoff return in the 2015 season went about 24 yards, including touchbacks. So, if the change does take place, teams would be taking a risk in returning a kickoff. In a game of inches, would a team risk getting a few precious yards over the health and safety of their players? It's a question that teams may have to answer in the near future. The Philadelphia Phillies have confirmed that Brett Oberholzer will be moved to their bullpen. Oberholzer was in contention for the fifth and final spot on the Phillies starting rotation, but the team decided that Oberholzer will be a better fit in the bullpen. The journeyman pitcher has 45 games in the MLB, 42 of which have been starts. However, the Phils have him scheduled for back-to-back starts this week, which signals that he'll be pitching in relief. The Phillies will look to either start Vince Velasquez or Adam Morgan in the fifth spot of their rotation. The loser of that competition will be sent to the Phils' AAA team, Lehigh Valley. Marywood's golf team kicked off their spring season in the Jekyll Island Invitational. The tournament pitted the Pacers against top-level talent, including last year's national champs, Methodist College. The Pacers finished with a three-day score of 966, finishing in 30th place. The Pacers had a score of 336 on day one, led by sophomore Nick Johnson. The team improved their score by 26 points in day two. The top scorer on day two was Michael Thomas, who shot a 74 on the day. Senior Dalton Deerdorf led the team on day three with a score of 76. The team's next competition is a dual match against King's College at the Wyoming Valley Country Club. The Marywood women's lacrosse team faced off against the Cabrini Cavaliers. TVM's John Ferraro has the story.
TVM News reporting from the Marywood-University and Cabrini College lacrosse game. The Pacers are trying to continue their winning streak. Cabrini was down one player to start the game due to a pregame stick check violation, but that did not stop the early attack from the Cavaliers, scoring a goal in the first minute and 40 seconds of the game. Ali Vallon and Jackie Neary continued Cabrini's dominance with 3 goals in a 74-second span. The Pacers fought back toward the end of the first half, scoring 2 goals in the final 34 seconds. However, that wasn't enough as the Cavs dominated the second half, outscoring the Pacers 8-3, making the final tally 15-7. The Pacers dropped to 1-5 on the young season and 1-2 in the CSAC Conference. The defending champions Cabrini improved to 2-0 in the conference. The Pacers' next game is Wednesday, March 23rd at Newman University. For TVM News, I'm John Ferraro.
The Marywood men's lacrosse team got their first win of the season on Saturday against Wilkes University. The Pacers scored 16 points and only allowed 5 goals in the game. Scoring was led by senior Cody Bachman, who also had an assist for a total of 4 points. Sophomore Rob Maney had 2 goals and 2 assists for the same amount. New faces on the team scored their first collegiate goals. Freshmen David Smith, Zach Beha, and Andrew Phillips all scored their first goals of the season. The Pacers started their 16-point assault with 3 goals in the first 10 minutes of the game. Austin Mailer scored the last goal of the half to give the Pacers an 8-3 lead. Marywood would score 6 more goals in the next 16 minutes to put Wilkes out of reach and secure their first win. The men's team is currently playing their next game as I speak. They're hosting King's College at home. Marywood Track and Field headed to Elizabethtown this weekend to compete in a meet against more than 10 other teams. The Pacers teams continued their trend of setting program records this season as 15 more were beaten over the weekend. The women's team topped all other CSEC teams competing, while the men finished below Gwinnett Mercy. Emma Doman broke her own record in the 5-kilometer run by 32 seconds. Freshman Michaela Smith broke 3 school records in the shot put, javelin, and hammer throw. Her javelin distance of 90 feet, 1 inch was good for 11th place. Sophomore Katie Edwards set her 5th school record in the 100-meter dash with a time of 14 seconds. Edwards also holds records in the 200, 400, 800, and 1,500-meter runs. The track and field team will have a week off before heading to Alvernia College on April 2nd. That's the latest in sports. Back to you, Terry and McKensie.
Later, Sarah Palin, politician and potential reality star.
And all about a mall Easter bunny that got a little carried away. Here at TV-Marywood.
Spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Welcome back. Let's check in with Marissa for the latest in entertainment news.
Thanks, Terry. Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom are quickly becoming one of Hollywood's hottest couple. Just after taking a short romantic getaway together in Santa Barbara, California, Katy and Orlando were spotted packing on a PDA yet again while enjoying a beach day in Malibu. The pair were first seen getting flirtatious with each other during the 2016 Golden Globes after getting cozy at a few parties together. Stay tuned for more information. Former Alaska Governor Sarah Palin may make a comeback to the reality TV world. She recently signed a deal with a production company for a Judge Judy type show. Palin does not have a law degree, but if the show is picked up, it would premiere next year. You may remember this is not Palin's first reality show venture. She starred in TLC's Sarah Palin's Alaska back in 2010. Most recently, Palin was back in the spotlight for endorsing Republican candidate Donald Trump. Margot Robbie to star in Tonya Harding biopic called I, Tonya. Deadline reported Monday that the actress has signed on to play figure skater Tonya Harding. Harding became the first American woman to land a triple axel jump in a major competition. She won the ladies' singles title at the 1991 U.S. Figure Skating Championships and placed second at that year's World Championships. The skater's reputation was ruined forever in 1994 after her then-husband Jeff Gillooly and one of her bodyguards hired someone to break fellow rival American skater Nancy Kerrigan's legs. Kerrigan had recovered in time and won a silver medal. Harding had finished in 8th place and was later banned from the U.S. Figure Skating Association for life after pleading guilty to conspiring to hinder prosecution in the attack. Now let's check in with the Curnow critic Daniel Smith for the latest in movie news.
Hi, I'm Daniel Smith, Marywood-University's Curnow critic. And this week, I'm bringing you the top 5 worst haircuts in movies. We start off our list with Ron Weasley in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Ron, I've had that haircut with the same color. It's bad, and Hermione will never love you until you get your haircut above the earlobes. Above the earlobes, man. Number 4 on our list is Colin Farrell's Bobby Pellett in Horrible Bosses. Farrell's greasy comb-over makes his heinous character almost impossible to look at.
I don't want my money going to support monsters.
Well, maybe you should stop paying your stylist then. Number 3 on our list is my man Nicolas Cage as Cameron Poe in Con Air. Now that I think of it, this movie might be one giant advertisement for Con Air hair products. Number 2 on our list is Will Ferrell as Mugatu in Zoolander. This might not be the worst part of this movie, however.
He's absolutely right.
And number 1 on our list is a haircut that was a huge mistake. Of course, I'm talking about Donald Trump's monstrosity of a toupee in Home Alone 2. It has been 24 years since that movie premiered, and he still has the same haircut. That's his real hair. I'm at a loss for words. It's just...
Hey, that's the next president of the United States that you're making fun of.
I'm sorry about that. We will be back next week with a list that will not include Donald Trump.
That's all for me. Back to you, Terry and McKenzie.
Thanks, Marissa. Well, you need to bundle up this week. We're going to check in with Haley.
And all about that out-of-control mall Easter bunny.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you can lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
Hey, Harry, what's this? That's my resignation letter. You're resigning. Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you do stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit. I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me. Okay. But remember, it's not what you say. It's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Welcome back to TVM. Now let's check in with Haley for the weather update.
Well, guys, I've got some great news for you as it looks like we're going to have a very nice week. Some rain in the forecast, but temperatures will be pretty high. Today was a nice cloudy day. It's 65 degrees right now with a slight chance of rain coming later in the evening. Tomorrow will be a beautiful day with a high of 70 and just partly cloudy throughout the day with a chance of rain later in the night. Friday will be a moderate 58 degrees and cloudy with rain showers throughout the day. The weekend will be pretty nice with Saturday just partly cloudy and a high of 57. Easter Sunday will be nice and sunny and 63 degrees. Then Monday, right after the holiday, we are looking at some thunderstorms and 54 degrees. The sun will come back out a little on Tuesday, and temperatures will get a little chillier down to 51 degrees. Then next Wednesday will be pretty sunny with a high temperature of 51 degrees. So enjoy these next few days of nice weather and enjoy the holiday. I'll see you next week.
Thanks, Haley. A mall Easter bunny in New Jersey gets hopping mad and brawls with a shopper. And visually impaired children in California are using their ears instead of their eyes to hunt for Easter eggs. Jeremy Roth from CNN has today's Take a Look story.
Meeting the Easter Bunny can be a happy tradition, but it's also been known to freak some out. Usually kids, right now, me. Ugh. But everyone probably got freaked out when a brawl broke out between an Easter Bunny and a shopper at this Jersey City mall. The floppy gloves came off after a shopper got angry when his child fell off the bunny's lap. Words were exchanged, then out came the rabbit punches. Both men were charged with assault and both had outstanding warrants. Yes, both. Authorities confirmed the warrant on the bunny was for, and I swear this is real, fair hopping. So, have we ruined Easter for you yet? Don't worry, this will cheer you right up. That is the sound of an Easter egg hunt specially designed for visually impaired children. The event in California is using technology to allow blind children to participate in the holiday tradition. The eggs emit a loud beeping sound, allowing the kids to use their ears instead of their eyes. And from hunting eggs to tracking gators, officials at a school in Lakeland, Florida had to call in professional trappers to wrangle a nearly 10-foot alligator that showed up on school grounds. Officials believe the gator was just cutting through the campus on its way to a nearby lake. Nobody was hurt, and the big guy was trapped and released. Take a look at this. I'm Jeremy Roth.
Thanks for tuning in today for TVM News. I'm McKensie Curnow.
And I'm Terry Thompson. Have a wonderful Easter break, and we will see you next week.